Brandon with Kingdom Creations, and in this tutorial video I'm going to be showing you a couple of things: how to utilize archive.org for your sermons section, which currently hasn't been in use, but I'm going to show you an easy way to get that active. And also we're going to look at how to utilize the Google Calendar system, which really allows for you to update your events across the board anytime that you'd like. And so the first thing I want to show you was sermons. And if we're in our dashboard under the sermons tab here on the left, we can go to add new. Now currently you don't have any, so your very first one, you're going to be going to add new. And so we'll let that load. And what I'm going to do is to show you a service that that we use in Boonville, and I've also used it with, I don't know, maybe 20 other churches. I think it's a really good service, mostly because it's free. It's called archive.org, and what we're doing with archive.org is we just create a free account, and then we have our sermon audio as an MP3, and we just come here and we upload it. When we come to the upload screen, we're just going to click on Upload Files. And once we do that, there's just a little drag and drop, or you can choose the file. Once you do that, it's going to, once the file is actually uploaded and you've added a name to it and things, which only takes about 10 minutes, it will then show up in your library. And you'll actually be brought to, I'm going to skip over this section, you'll be brought to a page that looks just like this. And so on the right hand side, you've got all these different files that are here. We need the MP3. And so we're going to right click on that and go to copy link. And then we're going to head back over to tichurch. And so what we're going to do here is I'm just going to put sample sermon 1, and this is some text about the sermon. And I'll just go ahead and copy that a bunch of times here, just so we have some text in there. If we want to attach full text, we can, like if you write a transcript out. But here's where we choose our audio. And so our audio, we can just paste that in here. Oops, not from there. Whoops. Got to make sure we have that copied. There we go. We're going to paste this in here into the audio section on this file. And then what we're going to be doing is just going down the right hand side here, and we can add a sermon topic. We'll just do faith, Book of Acts, sermon series. And again, you can add new ones if you do any of these. Pastor Gene Brown, add tags if we want. We can also set a featured image. And so I'll just grab an image here just so that we have something to show. We'll see some options here if we want to make any adjustments there too. I'm just going to go ahead and publish this. And what we're going to see now, that only took a minute to do, to add some relevant detailed information on here. Pretty straightforward and easy to do. We can also change the publish date. Say I wanted it to be, what was past Sunday, the 10th, I think. I can set it to the 10th, which is all fine. Update that. And I can actually view this sermon. And we'll see June 10th, Pastor Gene Brown, Faith, Acts, Plus. Now if I go to our sermons page, let me actually just take this off from password protect for a second here. Let's see. I'm going to take it off from password protection just so I'm freezing up my mouse here. But what this is, we're just going to make that public access. We'll update it and we'll view the page. And so what we see here, you can see the different sermons listed out here. And we've got details, we've got listen. If we click on play, let's turn this up a little bit.
And what I really sensed in worship.
And so you see, we just uploaded a sermon and have it on the site in no time at all. Obviously, as you populate this here, maybe you'll find that you really don't want any text. You just want the player, the information, the stuff on the right here, different things. This is a really easy way to handle your sermons and to begin to build a library online. And so I would say that's a great place for you guys to start, is by utilizing that in that way. Okay, the second thing I wanted to show you about is going to require us to come over here, and not on this one. Let's see here. Let me get rid of all these tasks here. I'm actually going to create a new calendar and call it TI Church. And you guys are going to do the same thing yourselves. That's why I'm showing you this method. Basically, well, let me start from the beginning because this will be easier. We have to have a Google account, which you can easily sign up for free. I've got one here. I'm going to log in, and then I'm going to go to calendar.google.com. It's going to bring up a blank calendar, and I can click plus to create my very first calendar. You're probably familiar with this if you've been using, like, an iPhone or anything. So I'm going to go to TI Church, and I can add a description, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go ahead and create that calendar. So now this calendar is going to be created in no time. I can go back to the beginning, and here now I've got TI Church. Now the cool thing I want to show you here is that I can create what are called recurring events. Right? So I've got Sunday service, and I can add a time. Say it's 10:30 to, say, noon. 12 p.m. That's 10:30 a.m. we want to do. 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're going to set it there. More options. So we've got all this options we can add in here as well. We can add a location. So we can say to Plessis, New York. Obviously, that could be more specific. Other things you can add, none of that's really necessary. But the thing that is here is that we can make this a recurring event, weekly on Sunday. You can also set custom things on here. So we'll do weekly on Sunday. I'll just save it, just so we see this show up every day here. Now, say I've got a weekly Bible study, and we want to make this. Say this is every other week, right? And so what we want to do is we can do a custom. Repeats every 2 weeks on Wednesday, and it never ends. Or we can say, after 13 occurrences it ends. All right, so say it's a 13-week Bible study and we can obviously add the location too. Say this one's in Watertown, New York. So we save that, and we see that Bible study now shows up, right? And so in this let me just show you on our website here. I'm just going to do a sample calendar page, and I'll set this all up for you all. Pretty easy to calendar page. Pretty easy to make adjustments to this, but what we want to do is share this calendar. And this isn't necessarily this is just information that, just so you know, settings and sharing. We want to make this make available to the public. Okay, so this one specific one is a public calendar. And down here I can integrate this calendar, embed it. This is what I want to do, embed this whole code into the website. And now this calendar should show up without much issue right on our site. And so now I've got this whole calendar. If I go into July, because that's where I started adding stuff, we will see that this calendar is now showing up, all of our events here. And so this is going to be an easy way for you guys, and this will take up the full page when we actually make it, a legitimate calendar. But Google Calendar is an easy way to integrate. You can add it to your phone. You can encourage your folks to add it to their phones. In Google Calendar, all you have to do is add this calendar ID, and it literally will add all of those events and the calendar itself, to your phone or tablet, or your own personal mail or calendar client on your desktop computer. And so that kind of handles sermons and a calendar page. So what I would need from you guys is just to create a Google Calendar, fill it all in, and then share it with me so that I can embed it. The other two topics that I had talked with Pastor Gene about were emails, which we worked on today. I'm going to put all this in the email, but I need to know what email addresses, such as like gene@tichurch.org, what email addresses you guys would like to start using. And the second thing was online giving. I need to know the address to your Easy Tithe website, your giving portal. Ours is, at Abundant Life, where I'm the pastor, it's easytithe.com/ALF, and that brings folks right to our church's giving portal. And so I'll need that information as well. But if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks a lot.